felt so confident when we walked in.
Look, I can understand you're feeling uncomfortable in this atmosphere.
Well, walking into this place is like walking into my past. I mean, it's not just the same magazines or the same paint on the wall or the same dreary furniture. I can deal with that.
So what is it that frightens you?
The isolation and confusion I felt at Compton. This place is filled with it. Can you hear the silence?
It seems very quiet.
It's deafening to me.
What do you hear?
I hear screams of people crying for help, but not knowing what to ask for. The emotional demons that chased me for so many years. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not freaking out, really. I just, I'm a little bit overcome by feelings that I thought I had dealt with a long time ago.
Well, we don't have to stay.
No, I want to. I want to see Dr. Kellogg.
Oh, I could invite him over to the hospital. You could meet with him in my office, or even go out to lunch with him.
No, if I did that, he'd know something was wrong.
Blondie, you had a very natural reaction. It's not any kind of failure on your part. I mean, you've recognized your fears, and you're willing to admit them, and I think that's a very healthy sign.
Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yes, I am, really. Once I see Dr. Kellogg, he's going to know that I got my act together.
Mr. Crown, please sit down. I know you are anxious and upset.
Save your soothing words for your patients, Dr. Kellogg. I don't need a shrink. I need new identity papers. Once I disappear into obscurity again, I'll be just fine.
Did you ever figure out how the identity the government provided for you was compromised?
You don't know a lot about the underworld, do you?
More than I care to admit, I'm afraid. Our mutual friend, Donald Lamar, asked me to be of some assistance. Shouldn't be too difficult.
The government said it would be a piece of cake. Well, I can't blame them, really. I suppose they did their best. They set up a nice life for me in Europe. But my friends, my old pals, are not the kinds of people who would give up easily, especially when they have a score to settle.
But the government offered you protection, another identity. Why did you choose to go it alone this time?
My instincts told me I'd be safer. I found my own way to Canada, then down here to Landview. As soon as my new papers arrive, shouldn't you make a few calls and find out what the holdup is?
You have my word, the papers will be here presently. Try to relax. Look, you've come all this way, waited all this time. Just a few more minutes. What difference does it make?
Captain, you've been here at the station house ever since you got back from New York. Why don't you go home, get some sleep?
Yeah, we'll question the taxi driver that took Delilah to the airport. If he comes up with anything substantial, we'll let you know right away.
This is my case. I'll handle the search. I'll question the driver again.
You don't have to do this on your own. Every member of the force is willing to work overtime without pay, do anything to help find your wife.
You know what she said when I told her I was covering for Farrell on the stakeout?
Probably had a fit.
Yeah, but after she calmed down, she told me that she'd had a premonition that something bad was going to happen. Only it was supposed to happen to me. Damn it, why didn't I just say to hell with the stakeout and go to New York with her?
Rafe, every cop's wife has premonitions. Lila had to have some sometimes, didn't she? I mean, nothing happened.
Yeah, but this time it was different, Ed. There was something in her minds. And I just brushed it off, just like I always do. Like she's not as important as this job. All those nights she waited up for me. All those times I kept her waiting in restaurants because of some stupid paperwork. It's a miracle she just didn't pack up and walk out on me.
We'll find her, Captain.
Yeah, you bet we will. Ed, what's the name of that guy from the highway department?
Connolly?
Yeah, there's a couple of those snowplow operators haven't checked in. I want to find out what the holdup is.
Now listen to me. There's a freighter leaving for Dar es Salaam in a few hours. One of the crew members is going to come by here and he's going to sneak us on board.
Well,
Well, I'm warning you, I'm not going willingly. I'm going to fight you every step of the way.
No, you won't. No. Because I'm going to give you a sedative. It's going to knock you out for a few hours. When you wake up, we'll be at sea. Katie, I promise you, once you smell that salt air, all of these troubles that you've had are just going to melt away.
Listen to me. We cannot relive the past. It's over. You've got to face that.
Our future is just beginning, Katie. Don't you understand that? It's our only chance.
I can never, ever be happy with you, Patrick. You're a stranger to me, and you're sick.
I am not sick. My only regret is that I didn't do this a long time ago. If I'd have known what was going to happen, if you had been honest with me in Zaroon and told me about Cord, if I'd have known the kind of misery I was going to face when I came back to Landview, we would have stayed in Africa. We could have started our lives a long time ago back there. But it's okay. I'm not blaming you. I know how Cord has messed up your mind. But we don't even have to talk about him anymore. You don't even have to mention his name, all right? Now just relax. Come on. Damn! What did you do that for? You want me to tie you up? Is that what you want?
No.
Huh? Well, then why don't you calm down? Just calm down. Stop it. Now, I've got to get some more of that stuff. If you calm down when I come back, maybe I won't have to use it. All right? So take it easy. Try to escape.
Just stay calm, girl. It's got to be a way out of here.
So how far were you from the airport when your car broke down?
About 5 blocks, quarter mile.
Why'd your car break down?
It was out of gas.
You've been driving for 10 years. You just let your car run out of gas.
My gas gauge was broke. I thought I had a half a tank.
How long were you on the road before you got help?
Well, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. The snowplow came by, and they called my garage, and they sent a guy out with a can of gas.
Did you tell the snowplow operator about the woman who got out of your cab and walked to the airport?
Yeah, he thought she was...
What? What did he think?
He thought it was pretty stupid.
She walked down the side of the road. Is that what you remember?
Well, it was snowing so hard I couldn't see that good. But she was walking in the beam from my headlights.
Any other cars passed by? Anybody that could have picked her up?
No, nobody passed me. Maybe by the time she got to the service road, maybe somebody came along. I have no idea.
After you got your taxi started, did you go over to the airport to check to see if she'd made it safely?
No. How could I? I didn't know her name, what flight she was on. An hour had passed, maybe more. Hey, look, I was freezing to death. I figured God takes care of drunks and fools, and she probably made her flight okay. Hey, look, this is no news to you. I told you all this before.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure you're not leaving anything out.
Hey, look, Captain, I'm losing money here. I got to make a living, too. I told you everything I know about that fare. There's no more.
We're not just talking about a fare here. We're talking about my wife. She's missing. I've got no leads. You're the last person to see her. And damn it, you're going to give me something to go on.
Hey, look, Captain, I'm really sorry about your wife, but I swear I told you everything I know. Like I said before, if I remember anything, I'll give you a call. Don't worry about it.
Why the hell did you let Delilah get out of that cab? How could you let a woman walk off alone in a blinding snowstorm?
Captain, you gotta believe me. I tried to get her to stay with me. I tried hard, but she wanted to catch her flight. I tried, I swear. And I'm sorry.
Now, the airport's covered, the train station, the bus station, so my guess is they're in town somewhere, maybe holed up, waiting for the police search to be called
Where
off.
can they be then, huh? The police say they've checked every hotel, motel, every rooming house here in town. Where could they have spent last night?
Does Patrick have any friends?
He's got a few over at Sanders Chemical, but none of them have talked to him since he's been fired.
Look, I think it's time to go to the media with this. We can run pictures of Kate and Patrick. Elizabeth could offer a reward. Hell, I will offer a reward, maybe 10,000. That would get us some information.
That sounds like an incredible idea to me. I would love to do that, but you know Elizabeth and how adamant she is about bad publicity.
Elizabeth?
Jeffrey. Oh, Court, God, please. We have to do something. I can't lose Kate now. She's all I have left.
Hey, you know, that is really much, much better.
Huh. If you'd move into Landfair, I could master this by the end of the week. Well, you didn't expect me to just drop the subject, did you? You know I'm a stubborn fella.
Hotshot, you know, there's certain things you're never going to be able to do. But there are other things you're going to be able to do by the end of this week. You're going to learn those, and then next week you're going to learn others, but everything in time, okay?
In time. You know anything about kids?
A little.
Well, to kids, their sense of time is different than ours, Sarah. A minute to them is like an hour. An hour is like half a day. When they want or need something, they want it or need it now. Not tomorrow or the next day, but now. Like Kevin or Joey. Especially Joey. He needs me now. I can feel his worry about me, and I don't want that, and I can't believe that you want it either.
No, I don't want that. Look, Clint, I'm sorry if it sounds selfish to you, but I have to have a life of my own.
I thought you were dedicated to your patients.
I am. Clint, when my sister Anna was alive, I wanted everything for her that you want for yourself and that I want for you. And I worked with her day and night. When she was resting, I was busy reading up on the latest mobility training techniques and trying to work out simple solutions to very, very complex problems.
And how did your sister do?
Well, she was very dedicated. She had one hot temper, but, well, she also had a great sense of humor. And I know it sounds incredible, but eventually she began to look at her blindness not as a handicap, but as a minor inconvenience.
Thanks to you.
Well, when she died, I felt a part of me had died, too. I felt very alone and very empty. You see, I had nothing left of myself because I'd given away too much. And that's the way I worked with my first patients because I didn't know any other way to work. And that's when I learned the value of keeping my distance. And that is my rule now.
There's exceptions to every rule.
There cannot be an exception to this rule. Clint, I know if I moved in here, I would become too involved. Listen, I've tried to be understanding of your situation, and now it's time for you to be understanding of mine.
All right. All right, I understand it. I'm sorry I pressured you.
Thank you.
Let's get back to work. Buchanan.
Clint, it's Kate. Please, you've got to help me.
Kate, where are you?
I'm at...
I can trust you. Why did you take advantage of me like that? I'm disappointed in you, Katie. I'm really disappointed in you.
Kate, call.
Why'd you get cut off?
I don't know.
Where was she calling from?
I have no idea. We were disconnected before she had a chance to tell me.
Could you tell if the phone was inside or outside or...
It sounded like a phone booth, but the train whistle was making so damn much noise I could hardly hear. But I could tell she was scared to death. She said, please help me. Now, how the hell can I help someone when I can't even help myself?
Clint, tell me about the train.
Will you give it a break, Sarah? Damn it, I don't want to work anymore today.
Could you tell if it was close or far away or... Come on, now concentrate on the sounds that you heard.
A block, maybe 2 blocks away.
How many whistles?
2 short ones and a long one, then nothing. That's when we were disconnected. But I've heard that before. From my office. There's a freight train that runs by the south side of town. At 10 o'clock every morning, it disrupts our staff meetings. What time is it?
It's 10:05. It looks to me like you might be able to help find Kate after all.
You'll offer a reward.
Sure, I would love to do some good with the money Charles left me. Name a better cause.
You hardly even know Kate, thanks to Charles and me.
Well, I'd like the chance to get to know her better, as well as to see a smile on your face. Not to mention punishing Patrick for the grief that he's caused. Now, I'm certain the media will make this into a 3-ring circus, but if it helps to find Kate... Besides, it's much better than just sitting around waiting for the police to call.
Speaking of which, I'm sick of waiting around, so I'm going to go over to the police station myself, and I'm going to look for Kate after that. Jeff, could you please stay here and look after Elizabeth?
Sure.
Thanks. Listen, I will check back with you. Hello, Sanders residence.
Cord, is that you?
Yeah, Clint, hi. Have you heard anything from Ed?
No, but Kate called.
Oh, Kate called. Yeah, what did she say? Where is she? Did she say anything?
She wasn't on the phone that long, and we were disconnected.
Maybe we should get off the phone, Clint. Maybe she'll call back.
If she were going to do that, she'd have done it by now. Listen, Cord, I heard a whistle from a freight train in the background, you know, like the one that always disrupts our meetings at the Banner in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that she was on she could have been on the south side of town, down by the railroad tracks.
Then you think maybe she was outside?
Well, it sounded like a phone booth. Now, I'm going to call Ed and tell him.
Great, Clint. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll keep in touch. Bye. Okay, Kate called Clint, and she was disconnected. But he heard something in the background, and he thinks maybe she's on the south side of town over by the railroad tracks.
Perhaps she's on her way home, then.
I don't think so. The impression I got from Clint was that she was talking on the phone. She had somehow gotten away from Patrick, and then when she was disconnected, maybe Patrick caught up with her again.
God help us.
There are miles of tracks over there on the south side. Warehouse buildings, residential space, commercial. It'll take the police weeks to go through an area that big.
Well, then fine. Then Rafe will have to get every cop available to him and get him over there. I think you're right about those warehouses, though. They sound like the best bet. I'm going to go over there myself right now.
Elizabeth, I think I should go along with Cord.
No, wait just a minute. Patrick once asked me about a group of abandoned buildings right next to Sanders Chemical. I wanted to have them torn down, but Patrick persuaded me to leave them standing and build a fence around the property, which I did.
That's got to be it. Quick, call the police.
Crew member will be along shortly to pick us up. I'm sorry I have to use this, Katie. You know how I hate drugs. But you keep fighting me, so you give me no choice at all. Now, come here. This won't hurt you.
Patrick, I give up. I won't fight you anymore. You don't have to use that.
I wish I could believe you. But all your actions up until now.
I know, and I realized why I've been acting that way. You see, I didn't want to admit that I'd made a mistake by getting involved with Cord. I felt guilty for letting him into my life and for turning my back on you, and I thought that if you just went away that everything would be okay. But I know the only way it can be okay is if you and I are together for the rest of our lives.
Then why did you run away from me?
Because I was afraid.
Of me?
Yes, because I was brainwashed by Cord and by Grams, and I lost faith in you, and I'm sorry. And if you don't forgive me, I'll understand, but I love you, Patrick. And I want to start my life all over again with you. I want to be as happy as we were on the first day we met and the first day we arrived in Africa. I want to have a whole lifetime of first days with you.
There must be a mix-up over the identity papers. Your man is late.
You never let me down before. I see no cause for alarm now. Well, maybe he's being overcautious about his route here, making sure he's not followed.
I hope to hell you're right.
You have no one else to turn to, do you? So, let's give our man a little more time.
Here I am, trapped in this office, afraid of being seen by anyone. There was a time not long ago when any evening at the casino I would greet 100 people. There he is, Alex Crown. That was the life. Good food, good wine, good friends.
Yes, it must have been very difficult for you to adjust to relative obscurity.
We do what we have to do. I do miss the style, though. I hope this new arrangement for an identity will allow me to at least live with some style. Maybe not like the old days, of course, but a nice house at the beach, a swimming pool, lots of nice flowers. That would make me a very happy man. There's no point in having a lot of money if you can't enjoy spending it.
What about your family? Are they still here in Landview?
My son, Rob Coronel. Last I heard, he was living in Europe.
Does he know about your plans to change your identity again?
All his questions. What I do is my own business.
Then no one knows you come to me for help.
Donald Lamar, our mutual friend, knows. He suggested I come to you. Look, are you worried about getting into trouble? Let me assure you, when the papers arrive, I'll be out of here. And I'll be out of your life. Forever.
Oh, excuse me. Could you tell me when Dr. Kellogg will be able to see us?
He'll buzz me just as soon as he's free.
We should have been in and out by now.
He's got a lot of stuff to do. He's new here. He probably has files and new patients and all kinds of administrative matters.
So I should just relax, right?
Would you like me to get you a cup of coffee or tea or something like that?
All right, all right. Coffee, black.
You got it.
Hello.
Good morning.
Are those boots fur-lined?
Well, no, they're not, but they're very warm.
I think they're lovely. I'd like to get a pair for my daughter.
Oh, well, I bought them at a store, let's see, on the corner of Riverview and 3rd. It's right next to the television studio. I think there's a sale that's still going on for another week. Making a Christmas list?
Oh, no. Haven't done much about Christmas yet.
No, me neither, but I guess we have to start thinking about it. So, you're here to visit a relative?
No, I'm a patient, but I don't belong here. Now, look, you seem like a very charming young woman. Would you help me to escape?
Upset, my dear. Morning.
Why shouldn't I get upset if I don't belong here? Please. You said you were my friend.
Of course I'm your friend.
Well, then please tell the guards to get me out of here.
Just let me walk to the gate with you and say that you're my daughter.
Please, ma'am, would you just let go of me?
You know, we could always be using this time to work on your handwriting. Clint, you know Cord or Rafe are going to call as soon as they have any news.
I want you to drive me to the south side of town so I can help search for Kate.
Clint, you can't.
Just drive me.
Absolutely not.
Fine, then I'll have Heron do it.
Clint, you have already done more than the entire police department. You're the one who figured out where Kate might be. Now, can't you let the others do their part?
I want to be with them.
You'll only be in the way.
What the hell is all this mobility training for, Sarah? I thought it was supposed to help me learn to be a functioning human being again.
It is. And you're making terrific progress.
Progress? Every time I take a step forward, you push me back.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm on to you, lady. I know your game. Control. Control. Oh, yeah, you let me learn to dress myself and to feed myself. But the minute I want to go a little further, no, you say, not so fast. Take your time. Have patience. Don't push yourself. Well, I finally figured out why. You want to call all the shots. You don't have a life of your own, so you want to run the life of your patients. Well, not this patient, Toots.
How can you even think such a thing?
Because I know it. I may be blind, but I still see some things very clearly.
Look, I am trying to be understanding here, but you are determined to just push me as far as possible, aren't you?
Well, you are the one that's pushing. You're the one that's being difficult. You're the one causing the difficulty, Sarah.
Clint, it is not me, and it is not this therapy, it's you. Because you want the impossible, you want what no one can give you back, you want your sight.
You've always known me better than anyone, including myself, and I know that's why you were so sure that I should go away with you. Well, you were right all along, Patrick. I've been a fool. I've always loved you. Always, with all my heart.
Do you really mean that?
Just look into my eyes and you'll see that it's true.
I'll build you a house and we'll fill it with kids. I'll plant you a garden. We'll fill it with roses. And we'll dance every night under the stars. What the hell is this? What are you doing? You didn't mean a word you said, did you? It's all right. It's all right, I understand. I know I messed up your mind just now. Once we get to Africa, I'll straighten it out. But for now, honey, it's gonna be sweet dreams.
Patrick, let her go, man. It's all over.
It's over for her. Over for her, baby.
Damn it, Clint, I am sorry. But why do you make people hurt you, huh? Why can't you just deal with the facts here and...
The facts? The facts are that I'm doing everything in my power to adjust to this situation.
Look, running off and insisting that you can help search for Kate is not adjusting. It is denying that you're blind or you're sightless or whatever you want to call it. And insisting that you can take over the banner is not adjusting. It's denying that you're... It is another form of denial, Clint.
What are you saying now? I need to shrink?
No, I am saying that no one can help you until you're willing to help yourself.
That's fine with me. Get the hell out. Leave me alone.
No, we need to talk this through. We need to...
I'm not doing anything through anything with you. I have had it up to here with your pontificating, and I'm not going to take it anymore. You're fired.
All right, Patrick. Just put the needle down, all right, please?
Not until you're out of here.
Patrick, if I walk out of here, this place will be swarming with cops in 30 seconds' time. Just do it the easy way, all right, man? Just give her up.
No, man, I got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Listen, I know how much you love her. And I know that you've been driven to do all these things because of that love for her, okay?
We're leaving, Cord.
Patrick, you're not going anywhere. Please do not force a confrontation with the police, because if you do, Kate is the one who's going to get hurt here.
Nobody's hurt Kate.
You are, Patrick. You are right now. Take a look at her, huh? Look how terrified she is. Man, you are totally destroying her with your schemes to try to win her back. Patrick, hey, come on. Man, that's not love. If you really do love her and you want to show her right now, you can do it in a real simple way. All you got to do is just give her up, man. Just let her go.
Please.
All I wanted to do was to make you happy.
I know.
house filled with kids. A garden filled with roses.
Good man. Ed, come on in. He's unarmed. Don't worry about it.
You all right, Kate?
Yeah, she can be okay.
Take him outside, read him his rights.
Captain Garrettson.
Rafe, we found her.
Oh, thank God. Is Lila okay? Let me talk to her.
Rafe, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
What, is she hurt?
We found Kate Sanders. She's okay.
Oh, that's great, Ed. Just great.
CBC Television.
Oh, hi. Now's the time to buy your favorite Christmas cards.
This cowbell was part of a secret signal.
More or less. He asked me to leave and not come back. I've been fired.
Fired?
That's right. And you know, maybe it is just as well, because obviously I was not cut out to be that man's therapist or he my patient.
She might be talented and trained and experienced, but she lacks understanding. Now, it might be because she's young, and it might be just because she's a female, or maybe just because she's plain stupid. But whatever, the fact remains that little Miss Sarah Gordon is no answer to my life, as I have to live it today.
So what do you think, Alonzo, huh? What do you think of your Auntie Tina, soon to be your stepmother? Pretty special, huh? Oh, well, you know that already, don't you?
Max, any minute, Steve and Gabrielle are going to be here, and they're going to take Al home.
Max, I can't believe how fond I've grown of him again just in a couple of days.
He's not going to be that far. We can see him anytime we want.
I know that. It's just that, I don't know. I couldn't sleep last night, Max. I couldn't sleep at all, and it wasn't just because I know I'm going to miss Al, even though I will. I was just thinking about my own baby. The baby I lost.
Really?
There was so much going on in the jungle. Down in Argentina, I mean, Gabrielle giving birth and my having to make a decision about bringing Al to the States, that there wasn't any time. There wasn't any time to mourn my baby, but now I have the time, and especially now seeing Al and seeing how fast he's growing.
And now the feelings are coming out.
You know, I never got a chance. I never got a chance to hold my own baby. I didn't even have a chance to name him.
To do all the things you are going to do with our baby. I know, all we got to do is go down and get a license. In a few days, we can get married. And in 9 months, give or take a week or two, we can have our... Whoops. Uh-oh. Alonzo, you know who that is? It's your mother and Uncle Stevie. Get him. I've been waiting for... Good, I've been waiting for you. Come on in. Hi.
Oh, Al.
Hey, Clint. What you doing?
Well, Cord, obviously I'm breaking my cane. Very adult of me, don't you think?
Did a real job. You want to tell me how it all came about?
The therapist, whom I just fired, by the way. Wait a minute, what are you doing here? What's the story on Kate?
Well, thanks to you, Clint. She's doing real well. She's safe and sound now. Aunt Patrick is in prison.
Well, tell me about it.
All right. Remember when you had that phone call from Kate? You heard the whistle in the background? Well, you put together that she was over there in the train yard. That was the morning freight train you heard.
You found her through that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jogged Elizabeth's memory enough to make her remember that Patrick was talking about this warehouse over there by Sanders Chemicals. And she figured that was probably where he was holed up with Kate.
And he was?
Yes, sir, he was. I went over there with the police, and we talked Patrick into giving Kate up. We tried to reach the part of him that was still truly in love with her.
And there was no violence?
None whatsoever, thank God.
Oh.
And now Patrick is in jail, and he is under psychiatric observation.
Where's Kate?
She's at home sleeping like a baby. And while she was sleeping, I wanted to come over here and thank you, Clint. Because you were the hero of the day as far as I'm concerned. You were the whole key to our success at the warehouse.
Yeah, some key. I felt I could only sit around here and wait and hope.
Clint, like it or not, you were a real big help to us today.
Cord, I don't want to hear it, okay? I was trapped here because I can't see where I'm going. I can't drive. I couldn't find Patrick to punch him out. Hell, I couldn't help you and Kate if you'd needed it.
I don't know exactly what to say to that.
There's nothing to say to it. Today, I finally fully understand just how incapacitated I am, and any Pollyanna hogwash from you is not going to help.
Well, fine, you believe whatever you want to believe, Clint, but you were the hero of the day as far as I was concerned, and that's the way it's going in history books. Now, why don't you tell me more about this nonsense about firing Sarah?
She wouldn't drive me over to the south side. Said I'd be in the way, that I'd be more harm than help to you.
That may have been true, Clint.
I know it. That's the problem. Today I finally see, fully understand anyway. But I'm not the man I want to be, that I thought I was.
You listen to me, Clint. Your blindness does not make you any less of a man. They are totally different things. I don't know why you continue to see them as the same thing.
Because to me, they are the same. Don't you understand? They're the same.
Then he completely blew up and he ordered me out, and I am telling you, out I am going.
Oh, dear, that's very sad. I wish I had been here. Would you do me a favor, Sarah? Would you just sit down with me for a few minutes and we'll talk, and
Maybe we can work this out.
Vicky, you are assuming that Clint and I want to work this out, which neither of us does, especially him.
Please, can we just discuss it?
Okay.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
Sure.
Okay. I have to tell you that I've had the feeling all along that sooner or later this was bound to happen. Sooner or later, something was going to come up that Clint would not be able to handle.
That's right.
And you did tell me yourself at Thanksgiving that Clint was just going through a phase, one that was going to pass, because eventually he was going to have to come to terms with the fact that his blindness is going to be a permanent interference in certain aspects of his life.
I know, Vicky, but what he wants from me, it's not lessons in how to live to the best of his ability. He wants me to wave a wand and give him his sight back. You know I can't do that. And he knows I can't do it, but still it is underneath everything. And when he couldn't physically help out his son, it became my fault. I am the villain. I am the scapegoat.
And you are the savior. Sarah, you must realize deep down that without you around, Clint would be totally lost.
Larry!
What is it?
I saw... You won't believe what I saw.
What?
A murder. I saw a murder.
What?
In Dr. Kellogg's office. He was just watching it, and one guy was strangling another guy. Come on, you have to watch.
All right.
You go in there and see for yourself. Maybe we should call the police.
No, I don't think we ought to call the police.
Come on, Larry. It's probably too late already. Please.
If it's all right with your daughter. Come in. Dr. Wolek, how good to see you again, but I'm talking with a patient, obviously. Well, Melinda, hello.
Who are these people? I've never seen these people here before.
It's perfectly all right, Mr. Peck. I know them. They're visiting me. But if you would be kind enough to wait a few minutes, then we'll have a good long visit. What's the matter? You both look.
Dr. Kellogg, we barged in here. But this really isn't the sort of thing we want to discuss
You know
in front
very
of a
well
patient.
what's wrong. You were here. You saw me as I watched them.
Melinda, what are you referring to?
The murder. The murder that I saw in this office.
Murder? In this office?
No, Mr. Peck, of course not. Please, sit down.
You saw and I saw. And you just sat there. You sat there behind the desk and you did nothing.
Why don't we just get out of here? Let Dr. Kellogg have his interview, and then we'll discuss it, the three of us, later.
Yes. Mr. Peck and I will be done shortly. Melinda, should I get the nurse to give you a sedative?
No, Dr. Kellogg, I don't need a sedative, and I know exactly what went on in here a few minutes ago.
Yes, of course you do, my dear.
Don't you patronize me, Larry. He's patronizing me. Let go of me.
Is there going to be violence? I simply cannot tolerate any violence.
All right, Melinda, come on.
Now you're just like him. You believe I'm...
I'm so very sorry, Mr. Peck.
Well, I certainly hope you're not going to admit that woman to this institution, Doctor. We have enough sick people in here already.
Now, we were discussing your weekend pass, I believe.
Maybe if you walked a mile or two in my moccasins, you'd feel the same way I do, Cord.
I think you're probably right about that, Clint.
Yeah, then why in the hell are you arguing?
Clint, now come on, settle down. You gotta get control here. What if Kevin and Joey come in here and see a scene like this?
I can't help it. I feel totally helpless, Cord. It is totally incomprehensible to me that I can't do things I want to do.
Maybe I owe you an apology, Clint. Maybe, I'm just seeing it myself for the first time. There's nobody who can help you through this thing. You're gonna have to deal with this alone, Clint, because it's your darkness. And all your loved ones can do is tell you and hope that you will one day see that there is still some light in your life. Clint, there is. It's just a little different, that's all. Now, Sarah has got the tools and the maps and the charts to help you find a path to that light, Clint. But you're gonna have to flip the switch yourself.
I don't need a therapist. I need a miracle worker. She as much as accused me of that. And damn it, she was right. That's why I had to get her the hell out of here. Maybe a new therapist.
Well, I'm sorry, Clint. I'm going to have to disagree with you again. Fine, yeah, you fired Sarah. You'll just get another therapist, and you're going to fire them. And all you're going to do is end up blaming everybody else for what's wrong in your life right now. I'm sorry. Maybe I pushed too hard with that. Too far.
Probably not as hard as Vicky will. You're probably being a hell of a lot more gentle. She's going to go right through the roof when she finds out I sent Sarah packing.
So what do you want to do, huh? Want to give old Sarah a call?
No.
Tell her to come back?
No. No. Doesn't mean I won't do it, though. Eventually.
No, I do not believe another therapist would make any difference.
Even one Clint's own age?
No, because the problem is not age or gender. The problem is Clint's inability to accept his blindness. You said so yourself, so why would another therapist make any difference?
Maybe I'm just looking for an excuse for my own failure.
Oh, now it's your fault.
Oh, Vicky, I don't know whose fault it is. I'm just thrown. I let him get to me like that. I stormed out and was ready to leave.
Honey, you were fired. Anybody would get ready to leave if they were fired. But please don't leave. Please, at least not right now. Just give him some time to calm down, to realize what he's done, and to come here and apologize and ask you to stay. Unless, of course, you have come to dislike him that much because of his anger.
No, not at all. I would like to punch him. But I'm rather fond of him.
Well, quite frankly, I've considered punching him on occasion. It's his personality. It generates a kind of hyper-emotion in people every now and then. But most of the time, it inspires a great deal of loyalty and caring and... Should I go on? Because I could go on for probably hours trying to convince you how much we need you and how much we want you to stay.
Clint Buchanan has become the biggest challenge of my career. Maybe I'm as afraid of failing him as he's afraid of failing himself.
It's a very honest and perceptive remark. Does that mean you won't run from the challenge?
No, I will not run from the challenge of Clint Buchanan.
Oh, thank you. I'm very pleased.
If he changes his mind.
Oh, he will. Don't worry, he will. You know, it's occurred to me. Sit down. It's occurred to me that there might be something else going on right now that's upsetting him. Has he talked to you at all about Delilah Garrettson, how she disappeared?
Yes, he did.
Well, you see, that's a prime example of how frustrated he feels right now, because under ordinary circumstances, he would be leading the search for her.
Well, I understand the frustration. You know, when my sister was alive, I worked so hard with her to make her the most capable blind person. And when the illness came back and she died, I just stood there, helpless.
Yes, I guess you do understand.
Vicky?
Sweetheart? Cord!
What?
Did you find Kate?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Why are you letting Cord guide you? Why aren't you using your cane? I'm sorry. I temporarily forgot my unemployed status.
I'm not using my cane because in a fit of anger, I whacked the desk with it and broke it. My cane, not the desk.
Sweetheart.
Well, that little storm is...